How you doing, YouTube? How you doing? It's currently midnight right now, and I'm gonna have these videos coming back to back. Welcome to Ocho React YouTube channel. And today's video, we're gonna be talking about a man who destroyed a whole town in 2 hours. In 2 hours, man. Just imagine you waking up and then your whole town is destroyed in 2 hours. Are you gonna feel sad? Are you going to be terrified? Are you going to be scared? Just let me know in the comments, man. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's go. Let's get into the video.
He built a 49-ton armored tank and leveled an entire town. This is the story of Marvin Heemeyer and the infamous Killdozer.
Like, I don't understand, like, how do they let this go on for 2 hours? Like, he couldn't have been stopped? They couldn't chase him down? Like, how do they let this go on for 2 hours, man? One man. How? How is this even possible? How do y'all even let this happen? How, man? We gotta be more secure. We gotta take more actions.
The 4th of June, 2004, a day that would mark one of the most bizarre and destructive events in small-town American history. In the quiet town of Granby, Colorado, population 2,200, one man declared war. But this wasn't a man with bombs or guns. He didn't storm City Hall or take hostages. He sealed himself into a custom-built, armored bulldozer and began leveling the town, building by building. Marvin John Heemeyer was born on the 28th of October, 1951 in South Dakota. By all accounts, he lived a relatively quiet life. He served in the Air Force, became a skilled welder, and eventually moved to Colorado, where he opened a successful muffler repair shop, Mountain View Muffler, in the small town of Granby.
What I'm trying to figure out, where did he get the materials to build that? Like, where did he get the materials, and how do you build something like that to destroy a whole town? You got to be very creative, man. It takes a lot of skills and work. That's not no easy job. That's very creative, but you did that to destroy something, and then you could be ending up in jail or even ending up dead. So what was the purpose of that? Were you angry, Marvin? Did somebody trigger you? Like, were you getting bullied? Are you tired of the town? Were you trying to get to somebody? Let us know, Marvin. Let us know. Let us know. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. What made Marvin do that?
People who knew him described Marvin as intelligent, mechanically gifted, and at times charismatic. He was known for his precision work and problem-solving ability. But Marvin also had a stubborn streak. Friends described him as someone who didn't take defeat easily. He held grudges, and he had little patience for bureaucracy. In the mid-1990s, Marvin purchased a 2-acre piece of land at auction for $42,000. The lot was located just outside Granby and was ideal for his muffler shop. It was a smart business move at least at first. Marvin's trouble began when the neighboring lot was bought by a company called Mountain Park Concrete. The company, owned by a man named Cody Dochev, wanted to build a concrete batch plant right next to Marvin's shop. The noise, dust, and traffic from cement trucks would, in Marvin's eyes, destroy his business. He protested the project, filed complaints, tried to negotiate, but the town...
Oh, it's all making sense. Somebody else came to the city and crushing his business. So that made him upset. That really made him so angry. So he went bizarre. He went blonkers. He went crazy. Somebody triggered him. That's crazy work, man.
Council approved the zoning change and construction moved forward. Worse yet, the concrete plant's development blocked Marvin's access to a sewer line. The town fined him over $2,500 for not connecting to the system, even though he claimed it was physically impossible without cutting through Dochev's property. Marvin appealed, he wrote letters, filed lawsuits, but every effort was rejected. He saw himself as a man being crushed by corruption.
Just look at this picture, man. Just look at this picture. This man looked like he's up to something. This man looked like he about to go bomb everything, but he didn't bomb everything. I'm just giving an example. But just look at him. He's already trigger happy. He's like, okay, you guys want to mess with me? I try to sue. I try to get you guys' attention, but you guys deny me and you guys ignore me. All right, I got something for y'all. I got something for y'all. Let's make it happen. That's all he did. That's all he did, man. Like,
officials and wealthy developers. In his mind, the town had betrayed him.
You have given me license, through your example, to do what I need to do. That, when I do this, that levels the playing field in my favor. So now we've got a lopsided playing field. Because when I come back at you, I'm going to destroy your side of the playing field. I'm going to destroy you.
This is the second video on this channel. Thank you so much for the love and comments on the first video. Let's continue. In 2003, Marvin bought a Komatsu bulldozer, a massive 49-ton machine used in heavy construction. But he wasn't planning to build anything. Over the next 18 months, in secret, inside a closed shed, Marvin began modifying the dozer into something entirely different. He added steel and concrete armor plating to the outside, some sections over a foot thick, reinforced with layers of quick-drying concrete between thick sheets of tool-grade steel. He installed multiple video cameras and LCD screens so he could see outside, each camera shielded by bulletproof glass and air nozzles to keep dust away. He created custom cooling systems, rifle ports, and even added a .50 caliber rifle inside the cabin. There were no doors. When Marvin climbed in, he used a crane to lower the roof onto the bulldozer, welding himself shut from the inside. He left behind a note and audio tapes saying, "God blessed me in advance for the task that I am about to undertake." On the morning of the 4th of June, 2004, Marvin Heemeyer climbed into his machine. He brought food, water, a small fan to keep cool, and several firearms. But most importantly, he brought resolve. Around 2:30 p.m.
This man ready to go to war. This man had enough. This man is sick of this, man. People could get triggered, but can you really blame them? Was that really worth it? That's the real question. Was it really worth it, Marvin? No, it wasn't, Marvin. You didn't really have to do that, to be honest with you. But who can you tell people? I mean, my bad, not who can you tell people. What can you tell people? People gonna do what they want. They're gonna do what they want at the end of the day. You could take a horse to drink some water, but you cannot force the horse to drink the water. That's what I learned from my teacher when I was in school.
He crashed through the wall of his shed and onto the street.
Just received a 911 call reporting that there is an out-of-control bulldozer.
His first target, the Mountain Park concrete plant. The Killdozer smashed through fences and into the structure, crushing concrete and steel with ease. Workers fled in panic. Then he turned to the town itself. In the span of 2 hours, Marvin destroyed the town hall, the local newspaper office, the former mayor's home, a bank, a hardware store, and the police department. Granby's police force tried everything to stop the rampage. They fired over 200 rounds at the dozer, used tear gas, even called in SWAT teams. Nothing worked.
Marvin going crazy.
On Road 3, I got a scraper in front of me. All cars on cut.
one point, a construction vehicle attempted to block Marvin's path. He rammed through it like it was made of paper.
You see what type of emotion or Marvin got right now, man? He just running through things, man, destroying everything, man. He like, all right, y'all wanna find me? All right, I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna make the whole city pay some extra taxes. You know how much taxes the city gonna pay to rebuild everything back up again? Imagine all the places that don't got insurance. They gotta come out of pocket.
Eventually, after demolishing over a dozen buildings, Marvin made his way to Gamble's hardware store. But the floor wasn't built to support 49 tons of machinery. The dozer sank halfway into the basement and got stuck. He tried to free himself, rocking the machine back and forth, but it was no use. Moments later, inside the armored cab, Marvin Heemeyer took his own life with a handgun.
You hear this? He got stuck. There's only so far you can go for doing stuff like this, man. And the police is on your trail. And the police are on your trail. You're not letting you go. They're not gonna forget about that. And boom. You took your life, man.
It would take police several hours to cut through the armor and retrieve his body. The task was so difficult that they used blowtorches and small explosives to get in. The machine, now silent, had finally been stopped. In just under 2 hours, Marvin caused over $7 million in damage. 13 buildings were completely destroyed. Utility lines were severed. The town was shaken to its core, but incredibly, not
In 2 hours, caused $7 million in damage in 2 hours. 2!
Single other person was killed or seriously injured. Some say this was Marvin's plan, to destroy property, not lives. Others believe he simply got lucky. The bulldozer, nicknamed the Killdozer by the press, was eventually dismantled and scrapped. Officials worried it would become a shrine, but Marvin's story wouldn't fade. Today, Marvin Heemeyer has become a legend in some corners of the internet. To some, he is a folk hero man who stood up against corrupt government and big business, a symbol of resistance. To others, he was a dangerous extremist, a man who chose destruction over compromise, violence over dialogue. His audio tapes revealed a man who believed his mission was divinely inspired. He saw himself as a tool of justice.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel like this man is a dangerous man. I personally feel like he was just trying to defend himself and then nobody was hearing him out. You ever heard a boy, what's that saying again? A boy who cried wolf and then nobody hearing, something like that. But like I was saying though, he was just sticking up for himself. He was just standing on his ground and he just did what he believed that was right, but it was wrong, you know. But people get triggered. You cannot blame them. Everybody's human. People could take so much and then explode. Thank you so much for being in this video this long. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Misused by God to punish those who had wronged him. In one recording, he said, "Sometimes reasonable men must do unreasonable things." But was it justice or just vengeance? Marvin Heemeyer's story is one of obsession, frustration, and destruction. It's a case study in what can happen when communication breaks down, when people feel unheard, and when anger festers. It raises uncomfortable questions. When does protest become terrorism? When does a man cross the line from victim to villain? And most of all, what could have been done differently? Thank you for watching. If you found this story compelling, please like, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the
Thank you so
comments.
much.
Was Marvin Heemeyer a madman,
Thank you for being the
a
youngster.
martyr, or something else entirely?